Assalamu alaikum, dear friends, how are you? I welcome you here on my training channel. My name is Abdul Khalik. Dear friend, look, we the human beings and the human beings of this digital era, maybe in earlier times as well, most of us are seen under, facing, suffering from mental stress. So mental stress has become the one of the biggest problems, maybe the biggest problem ever, the biggest problem in the eyes of many other people. So this mental stress, it is actually generated once we people lose, once we people fail to establishment the relationship of peace and tranquility with we ourselves. I think once we are not at peace with ourselves, what does happen? It creates a kind of friction which result in the form of a mental stress, and this mental stress does not allow us to lead a satisfied, a happy, a better life, a life of contentment. So I think that there must be a good amount of discussion, there must be a good amount of research being conducted on the subject, and the people have worked upon this issue. So we have tried to avail the research on this topic done conducted by many of the renowned researchers, and then we came to a conclusion that there are certain things which should be taken care of if at all we want to have peace with we ourselves, and then we need to take care of, rather we need to get rid of certain types of worry. So these certain types of worries are actually eight in number. We are going to talk about each one of these because each one of these is really really important. Now let's look upon all that one by one, eight items one by one, because if we want to have peace with we ourselves, if at all we want to resolve the issue of the mental stress in our case, then we need to stop worrying about the eight of these things. First of all, it is unnecessary comparison, because we people are seen comparing our life, ourselves, with other people so frequently, so often. I think it's not good at all, because everybody on this earth is unique. Even the twin brothers born at the same time from the wombs of the same mother were raised together in the same sort of environment. Even they people are not necessarily going to have the same sort of life. If at all the two of these people are not the same, so how come the life of other people could be the same? So as far making comparison, comparing ourselves with other people, that is absolutely wrong. Everybody is as unique as our own fingerprints. So why not to accept this universal, undeniable truth? So that is the first thing, that unnecessary comparison. Stop doing all that altogether. Now the second is the fear of failure. The fear of failure. Many of our failure are because of the fear of failure. So I think that it is the fear of failure. I don't say that we shouldn't prepare, we should not plan, we shouldn't try to arrange the thing. All of that is very necessary. But worrying, the fear of failure, that is that actually something which causes the failure. It has a lot of contribution, because once we are repeating something inside our own mind again and again, what does happen? That the chances of its materializing increases manifold, and this thing is called the law of attraction. So we need to stop fearing about the failure. Rather, we need to plan, we need to prepare, we need to do whatever we can, but stop fearing the failure, fear of failure. We need to stop worrying. The third is that dwelling on the past. I think that we should not be dwelling on our past as well, because certain of the things being done in the past were good enough, while another certain of these things were neither so good and nor so bad. Yet another some of these were really bad. So now I think that we should stop dwelling in the past. But what we need to learn from our past mistake. We need to learn from our past experiences, and that's all. Now, as far dwelling in the past is concerned, that is totally and absolutely wrong, and it is not only the wastage of time, rather it disturbs our mental health as well. So, stop wasting your time upon dwelling in the past, live in the present. As for the past, just learn whatever we can. Either we need to forgive other people and we need to seek forgiveness from other people. If at all any mistake was done in the past, we should not hesitate to seek an apology. We should not even hesitate to make the compensation. And that's all. And it is better if at all we forgive other people with who have done the bad thing with us in the past, because unless and until we don't forgive them, we will remain heavy, and it will keep burdening our nervous system. We need to get rid of all that. That is dwelling in the past as well. Now stop doing that. The fourth is chasing after external validation. Chasing after external validation, that is so important. That is very important, because although we can discuss, we can seek the advice from the people, we can discuss it with the people, and we can seek the feedback from other people as well. But as far seeking the validation from other people, that is totally and absolutely and altogether different thing, which must be stopped. That is seeking validation from other people. Now the fifth is trying to control other. Why to try to control other? I think that is totally and absolutely nonsense. It is 100 time, 100 time, 100 time more important that I need to control myself, because but if at all I have little control over myself, what does happen? I think all the external type of control will be a waste, nothing but a wastage of the time. So I think that we need to control ourselves instead of trying to control other people. Now, the sixth is fulfilling societal expectations. As a matter of fact, everyone's path in the life is different. So why to? As for the values are concerned, the values must be taken care of. We must not sacrifice the values. But as far the unnecessary, as far the useless, the obsolete, as societal expectations are concerned. So I think it is totally an unnecessary to trying to fulfill that. I need to look upon my own path in my life, but still, as for certain obligations are concerned, I need to fulfill. I should try to fulfill. Now, the seventh is what others think of them, what others think of me, what others think of you. I think we need to do the right thing. We need to do the right thing. Even if at all the people criticizes me, I need to do the right thing. But as for something which is not necessary, which is not my obligation, why to do it? I think we should not be worrying much about what other people think of me. I need to look upon myself. I need to ask my own conscience that am I going in the right direction? I need to seek the approval and the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But worrying much about what other people think, that is useless. And now the eighth and the last is the future. The future. The future is important, and what we can do about the future is that we can plan, we can prepare, but we need to focus upon our today, because we, if at all, we are focused upon our today, what is going to happen? Our past will become a good one, because tomorrow will become yesterday. Our past will become a good one. Our future will also become a good one. If at all I am working upon my today, let's try to make our today as good as it is possible. So it is something which I think we need to understand. These are the eight things which are simple to understand, not so complicated to understand, but these have a lot of utility. We must get rid of all that, so that we are better able to establish a relationship of peace with myself. That's all for me at the moment, dear